Hi you guys, and welcome to my very first video. My name is Bryant Howard and I'm a marriage and family therapist here in the Sacramento area. And today I just want to come to you guys and talk to you guys a little bit about trust. So this is for all you couples out there that are struggling with things like infidelity and just a loss of trust in your relationship. And you may be wondering, can this relationship overcome this obstacle? I want to give you guys some really good news, because the answer to that question is yes. Yes, you can. I do want to warn you though, the things that I'm going to say here mean that you guys are going to have to put some work in, and you're going to have to be willing to do that work that's necessary in order for you to be successful. So there needs to be a willingness there to stay together and do this work together. There are a few jobs that both of you would need to do in order to rebuild that trust within your relationship. And again, it's going to take a lot of hard work, but you guys can do it. There's 5 jobs overall that need to happen between you and your partner. There are 2 jobs for the person in the relationship who did the deed, the person who needs to do the things in order to reestablish trust within the relationship. And then there are 3 jobs for the person who is hurt and needs to feel the trust being built back within the relationship. The first job is for the person who needs to rebuild, the person that did the deed. That job is to do what you say you're gonna do. And I mean, do what you say you're gonna do to the T. If you are going to come home after work and you tell your partner that you're gonna come home after work, that means you really have to come home after work. Especially if you say you're gonna be home by a certain time. Honey, I'm gonna be home at 5 o'clock. That means you have to be home at 5 o'clock. And if you're not home at 5 o'clock, if you're gonna be late, then that means you need to be on the phone letting your partner know what the change in the schedule is. You guys, this is so important. You need to be trustworthy, worthy of trust. If you do what you say you're going to do, that means that you are worthy of trust. Second job, with doing the deed comes consequences. And so the second job is to be patient with your partner as you receive those consequences for your actions. Now, I know this is going to be really hard, because what's going to happen is your partner who is hurting is going to show you that they are hurt. This may look a lot of different ways, from anger, sadness, confusion. However your partner may show you that they're hurt is going to be consequences for you. And it's going to be your job to be patient with your partner through that process and just take those consequences as they come. It is your job, the person who is hurt, to recognize the work that your partner is doing. Because if they are doing a good job, then you need to be able to recognize the reality of the situation, the reality of what is actually happening within your relationship. And if the reality is that your partner who did the deed is remorseful and showing you that they want to do the work in order to make this relationship work, then you need to recognize that work that's being done. Job number 2 for the person who is hurt is to not only recognize the work that's being done, but acknowledge to your partner that the work is being done. So you need to tell your partner, hey, I see the effort that you're putting in. I see the work that you're putting in, and I appreciate that work that is being done. Could you imagine if you are the person who is doing all that you can do to reestablish that trust within the relationship? You're coming home at 5 o'clock every day, opening the lines of communication between the two of you, and all of that is being unrecognized and unacknowledged, you might just feel like your wheels are just spinning, and it might just be even more difficult to establish that trust, and you might even feel as though, why am I doing this? So it's so important for that work to be acknowledged. And then the last job is a hard job, and can only happen when trust is being reestablished in the relationship. And this job is the last job for the person who is hurt within that relationship. That last job is to try as hard as you can to minimize those consequences that are given out to that person who is doing their best to reestablish trust within that relationship. If you're that person who's doing all this work, and your work is being recognized, and your work is being acknowledged, then, you know, if all those things are being done, that means trust is being reestablished in your relationship. And so if trust is being reestablished in the relationship, then there's no need for those consequences. So it's very hard to do this, but minimizing those consequences when trust is reestablished in the relationship, that's going to be a big piece of this puzzle. So you guys, those are some tools. So again, there's 5 jobs. There's do what you say you're going to do, take on the consequences and be patient, recognizing the efforts that are being made, acknowledging those efforts as well to your partner, and then of course minimizing the consequences as trust is being reestablished back into the relationship. Let me know what you guys think. If there are more things that need to happen in order to reestablish trust within the relationship, again, you can be successful, and I do hope that this is helpful for you guys. Be sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel, and let me know what you guys think. I will see you guys in the next video. Be healthy and stay safe, and I'll see you guys next time.